Campbell Graham and Adam Reynolds. We got the two big guns in tonight. Two former teammates. Do you blokes miss each other or what?
Yeah, apart from trying to grab my bits every time I walk past him, but everything else I miss about him.
Is that a false accusation or what?
That's a nice house Reno lives in. I mean, a house
False
and garden.
accusation, mate.
Reno, a house and garden coming over to do a photo shoot. That's a beautiful home you've got.
Thanks, mate. No, it's just a normal dress-up, mate. It's not too flash, I'd say. The wife loves the candles, so...
Yeah, Dan's
I hear you're a
obsessed
big
with
fan
candles.
as well. So
yeah, he's obsessed with them. He's I don't know what he does with those candles, but let's move on. Reno, the chip and chase on the weekend, it was majestic. I know we got footage of it and we've played it all week. It was so special. Talk us through it.
Yeah, obviously a bit of study throughout the week. And a lot of credit has to go to Walshy. He's been nagging me for days, obviously. He pinpointed out where the fullback was. I've been into him for about a year now to try and tell me and give me some tips where the fullback is from time to time. And credit to him, he spotted him on the short side and found a little space there. And we sort of game planned it throughout the week that there might be an opportunity to bring him forward and put some pressure on him. But lucky enough, I got the bounce and didn't have to run too far to get to the try line.
Now, on that, I'm going to ask a tricky question here, Reno, because I've got a mate, he wears a tinfoil hat and he texted me during the game when you went off, and he said he didn't do it when he kicked for goal, he did it when he booted the ball in the crowd. Would you like to address what I think are heinous allegations that you did your hammy over celebrating booting the ball into the crowd?
No, I actually done it in the first half, trying to drop kick the ball into touch. So chasing that, I felt it in the first half, tried to get through to half time. Reassess it there and go out in the second half and try and get on with it. But I actually tried to get someone to come and take the goal kick, believe it or not. But no, it wasn't that kick, the celebration. It was my left hamstring anyway, so not the right.
Beautiful.
Your mate's got it wrong. Stretch, back to you. Now, last night, Buzz has been very outspoken about the supposed forward pass from Latrell, and your chairman's come back with the physics of whatever. What did you think of it? It was pretty close.
Yeah, Nick Pappas is a pretty smart man. He's smarter than me, so I'm happy to run with what he reckons. But yeah, I agree. I think out the hand backwards and momentum took it forward. So that's all she wrote. The result took care of itself.
It did. Now, how are you feeling? You've had a terrible run of luck with injuries, and you've got the calf injury at the moment. How is it?
Yeah, it's good. Obviously, haven't had the best run over the last probably 18 months, but that's footy, and this one's a shorter stint on the sidelines, and I'm confident I'll bounce back. No worries.
The high tackle situation, gentlemen. I'll start with you, Campbell, and then we'll go to Adam Reynolds. Obviously, you've been out, so it's not something you're worried about this week. But are the players? Are they obviously cognizant of it, but are they taking special care? Has it changed anything in terms of preparation, in terms of tackling technique?
Honestly, I don't think so. I think because of how hard they've cracked down on it, some of the send-offs we saw, sin bins we saw on the weekend, they're just unavoidable in our game. And it doesn't matter how cautious you are or conscious you are of the ramifications of a head high, like the Isaac Tago one. I think, it just happens in footy, and it doesn't matter how much you're thinking about it. Certain situations, it's just going to happen. So that's my take on it.
What about you, Reno?
Yeah, same as Campbell. I think accidents are a part of rugby league, unfortunately, and players, put themselves in vulnerable positions. Sometimes players are ducking into tackles, slipping over from time to time, and as defenders, it's frustrating, obviously, because we're trying to look after the players, and we never go out there to intentionally hurt anyone, but like I said, accidents do happen. So I understand where the NRL are coming from. It's important to look after player safety and their welfare, but it's a bit frustrating from time to time. Again,
I'll come to both of you on this one as well. The Panthers are struggling a little bit this year, and the Roosters have got the wobbles. Who do you consider the benchmark, apart from your own teams, who do you consider the benchmark this year?
Well, I think, for the first 5 rounds, Dogs obviously ones that stand out. They're defending extremely well. Held Newey to 0, I think, the other night again, and that's everyone knows that's where you build premierships. So it's always the best defensive team, and they look like they've got something building there. And obviously Melbourne a threat, and Reno as well. Reno and his lot. So it's still early days, but I think over the opening 5 rounds, probably Dogs are the ones that are standing out.
Reno, how about you? Who's standing out for you at the moment? Which team's the benchmark?
Yeah, I think Campbell nailed it on the head. Any time that a team's defensively playing extremely well, they're always going to be there or thereabouts, and they've done it with without some of their big guns. You know, Burton hasn't been there, Kickout hasn't been there, and then you've got to look at Melbourne. Obviously, they're up there for a reason. They've been playing extremely well. They've had their injury concerns, and they keep getting it done. So it's only early days, like Campbell mentioned. Still a long way to go, and looking forward to adding to that.
Adam, has been a fabulous partnership with Ben Hunt, and it's happened quickly, which is the part I'm really fascinated in, because when we're the 7, you run the show. When he's been part of teams, he runs the show. Obviously, you've got the 7 on your back now. How quickly can you build that relationship, or how quickly did you build that relationship? And is it through conversation? Is it through training? I'm sure it's a mix of all, but what is the primary reason you two have melded together so quickly?
Yeah, I think experience plays a big part in that. You know, we've both played, or he's played over 300 games. I'm coming up close to 300, and I think experience plays a big part. We obviously know each other's games inside and out, and having conversations throughout the pre-season obviously helped, kickstart that. I had a bit of surgery there, so it allowed him to run the team and get a feel for the style that we wanted to play. But look, there's moments in games where he grabs, and there's moments in games where I grab, and then obviously we've got Walshy floating around there. So it's a nightmare for teams at the moment, and it's been enjoyable to strike up that combination.
It looks like you guys are having fun. You're doing a great job up there, Reno. Let's get back to you, Stretch. Wayne, some have said Wayne should be an Immortal as a coach. So I'll get your opinion on that, but I also want to get your opinion on the significant difference that he makes to a rugby league team. Like, look at you guys now compared to last year. Firstly, should he be Immortal? Secondly, why is he so good?
Well, firstly, I think, to be honest, the Immortal categories probably should be reserved for players, I think. Obviously, you could look at separate categories for coaches, and I suppose have an Immortal sort of section for coaches, different category. But first, I think Wayne would agree with that. And secondly, I think you can just see the influence he has on teams, as you mentioned, and he's come in this year and he's really simplified things for us, and he's really great at getting the best out of players, whether they're experienced or inexperienced. And I think you've seen that with blokes that have had to step up and fill roles to start the year. They've performed extremely well. So. And I believe that's through the simplicity that he brings to the group and the belief.
Reno, Madge, I suppose like Wayne with South, Madge, you've had a great relationship with and a lot of success with, we know that. And he's had an immediate impact on the group. It's obvious with the results so far this year. What has he brought? What are you loving? And how's he going up there?
Yeah, he's loving life himself. He feels like he's got a new lease of life up here. He's got a lot of sort of new toys to work with. Everywhere he's been, he's sort of had success. So, not a lot has changed since I had him back in the day at South Sydney there. And he's obviously evolved as a coach. And, he's also obviously got a lot of great coaches around him as well. Benny Teo, Trent Barrett. They're doing a fantastic job as our assistants, Matty Ballin as well there. So they're all chipping in, they're all having a say, and it's about the buy-in from the team. Everyone's believed in his philosophies and his structures that he's brought to the club, and as long as we continue that on a good trajectory, there's no reason why we can't have the same success.
Reno, on a lighter note, one of your good mates, both of you blokes, Joy Arrow, he's had a baby girl over the past couple of days. Reno, you've got a few kids yourself. I can't keep up with how many you've got up there, but any advice for your good friend down here?
Yeah, mate, breast milk's the best milk. So, get as much sleep as you can, and hopefully she gets the mother's looks. So, no, congratulations. I sent him a message earlier on. It's great to see him hopefully grow up, and always good to see me. Good mates have kids of their own.
Great advice, Reno. You got any advice, Rich? You any closer to having any kids, mate?
No, I'm still a while off that. I've got to find a partner first.
Can we just remark, it's the first time he's been on a Fox show and not been referred to as a serial killer. So I think it's a big night here for Campbell here on Fox.
He's a good-looking rooster, aren't you? You're going to have a problem getting... Anyway, we'll move on from that. I'll also get myself in trouble. Thank you, Campbell. Thank you, Reno. Really appreciate your time. Welcome back and good luck for the rest of the season. All right?
Cheers,
You're doing
lads.
a great job.